Hey, this is Jason from Marketing Science and from Metrics Geeks. We're starting up a new kind of vlog, video podcasting discussion set of videos. We're going to go through and talk about different things in the data and analytics space, giving us a chance to dive deep into topics, right? And hopefully share out a lot of the stuff that we've done, that I've done over the years, different approaches and things that you can use to fix problems that you may be running into. Can be code samples, could be different approaches to handle things like compliance, setup tricks, things to do in analytics, and how to tell better stories too. Um, all of it targeted towards mostly like small businesses, marketing managers, analyst teams who are trying to figure things out for themselves. A lot of the bigger companies, they have big teams and they don't need as much help. But hopefully, we could share some of this insight that I've gained over the years and make it available, make it valuable. Hopefully, help out people who are watching and make a difference. Because I know it can be hard if you're looking for the right tools, the right support. Trying to answer some of these complicated questions can be challenging. So we'll be going through different topics, compliance across lots of different legislation, the different analytics stacks like Google and Adobe. Look at different A/B testing approaches is something that I've done a lot and am passionate about. How to do different data science approaches and modeling, especially when it comes to using cloud techniques and using data science to kind of augment what you're getting from an analytics perspective. So lots of different things to talk about and cover, and I'm excited to put out some of this, and hopefully it's helpful. Um, the first thing we're going to start talking about, though, is about Metrics Geeks, which is our product. This is one that I've built over the past year or so, and it came about as a result of all the client work, all the different consulting, all the different agencies, different projects that I've worked on in this space. I kept seeing lots of similar patterns, right? With clients and the way analyst teams, the way marketing departments or small businesses worked. And so we wanted to have a good way to help address some of that because it's I've worked with over 150 clients, lots of big names, lots of small names. Um, so for example, some bigger ones like Target or Zatarain's or Audi, Rawlings, the North Face, BOA, Remax, a bunch, right? So it's 150 plus clients, and a lot of them have some of the same things that we kept seeing. I'd be working with them, working on big projects. So go straighten out the implementation, make that data really good, high quality, so everybody trusts it, right? Build us a bunch of dashboards so that we can see it, and then that would supposed to be translating into value, right? But often what happens is that uh, analysts or the marketing managers don't have enough time to go back in and look at that and say, okay, I've got this report. Now, what's meaningful about it, right? What in here should I be taking advantage of or leveraging so that I can make this business better and drive results, have more effective campaigns or better conversion rate, right? So there's a piece about not having enough time, which is because the interpretation process can take a little bit of time too. You would look at the dashboard and say, oh, there's something interesting in the dashboard. There's some report that I should go investigate. And then you go into Google Analytics or Adobe Analytics, whatever tool you're using, and go through that exploration process um, to try and find out, right? So there's a few steps in there, and a lot of that takes time, right? So, and if you're already overloaded with too many things to do, then you maybe don't have enough time to do it. So that's one thing that we often saw. Another thing, is, especially with analyst resources, people who were actually going to do the data run, like be responsible for monitoring and implementation or seeing when something significant changed, right? A lot of them are very busy, kind of another version of the not having enough time piece. But when I was an analyst, working full time on a big client, like I would have a huge list of tasks. We use Jira to track all our requests. And there would be so many in there I couldn't possibly get them all done. And 80% of them were just these data questions, just like, hey, how many visitors did we have last week? How much money did we make last month or last quarter? I need to put that in a presentation, right? A lot of those requests tend to eat your analyst time, and you end up having resources that are doing this work to answering these data questions, and really analysts should be focused on investigating and on answering questions, exploring the complicated complicated issues that are really going to drive results in your business, that you need someone to spend time on, that you need a specialist to spend time on, right? Attribution, right? Multi-touch, kind of a cross-domain view of users. That's something that needs attention, like specialist attention, and building out systems that will support it. So if you're overloading analyst resources with questions like how many visitors did we get last week, or how much money did we make last month, those things are already available in the tool. But like we talked about, a lot of the managers who are asking those questions, they don't have enough time to go into Google Analytics or the understanding. Be frank, like a lot of these at the manager level, they are spending their time running the programs and the campaigns, or trying to drive their business or manage their people, and they're not experts in how to use Adobe Analytics or how to use Google Analytics, especially when it comes to even something basic, especially when it comes to more specific questions, right? Getting some level of insight out of that data. Finally, like a lot of clients that I've worked with, a surprising number actually, don't have analysts or don't have analyst support directly, right? So they're left on an island. They're a manager in maybe a small to mid-sized company, or they're doing their own solo business and can be driving a significant amount of revenue, but don't have the right business or structure to say, all right, I'm going to go hire an analyst to help monitor all these results for me, right? They're just not, just don't have that piece in place. So they're trying to figure out on their own, but they still have a business they're running, and they need to understand when things are changing. So this idea of not having enough time and the importance of being able to respond quickly to changes is very important. We conducted a survey pretty recently about looking at how long it took people, users of analytics tools. So this is not just analysts, this is managers too, to respond to some significant change. So we left it open saying some significant change, but it could be like a breakage, right? So you're no longer tracking data, or something significant happened in your results. All of a sudden, your conversions went way down, for example, or maybe it went way up. How much time did it take on average? The survey respondents were saying, it was over half, so 54% were 6 days or more. That's a long time. If you're looking at our data's broken, we're no longer collecting something, or hey, we can't track conversions, 6+ days is a lot of time. And some of these respondents were from big companies too, so I found this surprising. So in total, looking at 72% of people were 3 days or more. And I would consider 3 days to be a long time, especially given the quick nature of data in this space. So this is clearly an issue. People don't have the tool that's available to help them respond quickly, and to enable them to get the right insights and the right information up front in a quick, pointed way to help the marketing manager or the analyst respond and take action, and be able to have something specific that they can go after. So that's a big part of the reason why we created Metrics Geeks. I'll talk a little bit more about what Metrics Geeks is, give you a quick overview. So Metrics Geeks is AI-assisted analytics. So we use AI we send AI, we retrieve some data from Google Analytics. And right now, just Google Analytics. Coming up soon, I'll talk about the roadmap, but we're just using Google Analytics to get started. But we retrieve some data from Google Analytics, and you can set this up in the interface for Metrics Geeks, and then you can decide what you want, right? So we have any metric and up to 3 dimensions that you can include with it. So you can look at conversions and marketing channel and page, for example. And we did 90 days of history of that data, summarized from Google Analytics, and then we have it gets sent to AI along with our trained models and our logic that focuses this around the digital analytics space and helps the AI return suggestions and insights that are appropriate and give you direction on what to do next. It is so you can set up as many reports as you want. The idea being you have important metrics that are for your business, and we have the tool that you can set that up. So you can get daily updates for it if you like. You want to hear about a new product launch, you can have daily updates for that. So every morning you get a new update with a quick version of analysis for how that product is performing. If you have bigger picture pieces, maybe you want to include in a presentation, we have weekly versions. So it'll look at week over week and tell you how those important metrics are changing week over week. You can also do on-demand reporting as well, but that's what Metrics Geeks is at its core. We're retrieving data, helping to provide some insights. A lot of the things that I have learned over the years are packed into the training for these models and that we're using inside the AI system that we have. But it's really, so far, like I use this for our clients. Like this is how it first started. As I said, I need a better way to do this and solve these core problems. So we went out and built the first version. And yeah, it's been very helpful for us. We take a look at these every day. We use the weekly versions for things we're putting into our dashboards to call out highlights and things that have changed, just to help speed up the process. Doesn't replace a good analytical view of what's going on, and it's important things need to be explored and investigated, but it removes a lot of the dependence on removes a lot of the data questions. Definitely, you can just take that all and put it in here. As long as your implementation's good, Metrics Geeks will return valuable insights and things to help answer those basic questions. And when we say like, oh, here's something interesting, you should go pay attention to this. Like there was a drop in users yesterday. Well, here's some direction. Here's where that came from. Here are the channels that dropped, or here's the area of the site that experienced that decline. And then it's up to the person to go and actually do that. But we can at least point you in the right, alert you right away, so it's not this 6+ day wait. You're getting the information right away the next day and able to take action on it right away. So that's what Metrics Geeks is, how it will apply to our target audiences, and some of the background as to why I went into to creating this. I think on our next episode, we're going to get more into the hows, like the specifics, and talk about, like, show some examples for Metrics Geeks and how it works. Some of the insights that we get from the clients that we have it set up with, and be able to walk through more of the details there. And then our roadmap, talk about the other systems that we're going to be adding in, like Facebook ads and Adobe Analytics and Google Search Console, things like that. But those will be the next episodes. But just to wrap up, feel like, with our target market, analysts, marketing managers, and small business owners, especially who don't have analyst resources, the Metrics Geeks tool is a strong way to help provide insights and give some critical thinking and provide direction on what should be done, how you can better get alerted to important changes that are happening and take action quickly. So I hope that helps. Have a great day.